All right, we're live. But yeah, I'm trying to think like what other. Let me look it up. What other movies we I didn't see. I should say. Let's see. Other ones that got like Hamnet. Hamnet's the other one. How can I forget about Hamnet? I've heard nothing but good things. Oh, there's one person in here. I've heard nothing but good things about Hamnet, and I just didn't see it. I didn't see it, and like I said, that goes back with a few years ago, like Nora and the Brutalist. Like I only heard about him during Oscar season, and I'm like, I just didn't get around to seeing him, and I feel like that's going to be, I feel like that's going to be this year and the next year and the following years, you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll just have to see. But one movie that I don't know if you saw Cody Leach's review for it back in around South by Southwest last year, but The Rivals of Omzaya King, the Matthew McConaughey film, that one,
I'm waiting for that.
Finally, dude, as The Rock would say, finally, it has a release date. And it's coming out. I think it has a limited release date for August 14th, I believe. And then it expands the 21st, I think. So a couple of days after that. But I'm telling you, speaking of Oscar nominations and all that, and I talked about this with somebody the other day, because it premiered at South by Southwest March last year, but it's not releasing officially in theaters until this August. So it's technically going to be a 2026, film. It is. If it actually released in theaters last year, 2025, it would have been nominated. And I guarantee you it would have been nominated for Best Picture, man. And Matthew McConaughey. Yep. And I know that's high praise. But if you ask Cody Leach as well, he would 100% agree. Like it's even Sean as well. And I think according to Seth, he saw it and he loved it too. I think that was his, if I'm not mistaken, favorite movie of the festival last year as well. And dude, we should be getting a trailer. I don't know, maybe when I say it's coming out August, right? So probably, I don't know, maybe April or May or something like that. But I'm telling you, I need a trailer right now because it's just, it's mind boggling in all the right ways. You know what I mean? But yeah, but it looks like we have 2 people in here right now. No one's commented yet, but yeah, I was thinking if you want, however, we got somebody in here. Illuminated Pro, appreciate you joining, bud. Thank you for joining. Yeah, and y'all in the chat too. Y'all chime in. You're more than welcome to tell us all your let's see.
Sub-Zero DoorDash. Yeah.
Oh, dude, is it supposed to freeze tomorrow? It's supposed to freeze tomorrow, right?
Tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. Okay. Because I have a ticket to go see Sin Help tomorrow at AMC Barton Creek. But with it freezing, I don't know, man. I saw your post the other day. I think you're going to see it like next week or something like that. Yeah. Because Sean, I guess the press screening was last night or something.
Yeah.
I think he saw it last night. But yeah, I still have my ticket. Like I'm planning on going to see it tomorrow night. But I mean, if it's actually going to be that bad, which I haven't really been keeping up with it. I don't know how bad it's actually going to get. You know what I mean? If it's not bad, I'm going because it's Sam Raimi. You know what I mean? It's Sam Raimi. I'm not missing out on that. But
so for context, anyone watching this, we both live in the Austin area, and
yeah, if you didn't know,
people don't know how to drive on ice and snow here. When we had that week back in 2021 that shut the state down, yeah, it literally shut the state down.
Oh man, I remember that. That's when the WandaVision hype was all around as well. That was a good time. That was besides the state shutting down and all that. Obviously, that wasn't good, but that time was interesting, man. But let's see. Illuminated Pro says one battle after another. I'm guessing you meant to say is overrated. Should I be the one who agrees? Oh, so you kind of agree, Robert. You kind of agree
with that. There's aspects of that.
So I'm not alone. Me and Danny Jones Vibes, we agree on the same thing as well. Like we were talking about it before we saw Bone Temple. I'm sorry, y'all who are watching. It's over. Illuminated Pro said it first. It's overrated. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not horrible, and it was one of my most anticipated movies of the year last year. It was like I that was my introduction to Paul Thomas Anderson's work. I know, crazy enough, right? Surprisingly enough. And I am going to watch more of his films, all of his films eventually. But I was looking forward to it.
He's got some really good films.
Like, I think he directed Punch Drunk Love, right? I think.
Yeah, Punch Drunk Love is really good.
Yeah, there will be blood, right? I think
There Will Be Blood was good.
Yeah.
Was it Boogie Nights? Heartache.
Oh, that's right. Boogie Nights. Right. Yeah. Did he? What's that other one? Magnolia? He directed Magnolia, I think, right? Yeah, which I've yet to see Magnolia. The one reason
Magnolia,
I want to watch
Magnolia a bit out there.
A bit out there. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, one battle after another. Again, like I said, it was one of my most anticipated movies of last year. Like I saw the trailer, both trailers they released, I think, and I was like, man, this looks really fun. Like I love just the vibe and the tone of the trailer. And then I walked in, and and I think maybe you were the one, Rob, that I talked about when we went to go see the Bone Temple. You might have been, or maybe it was someone else. But I'm always someone on my channel who talks about how there's a lot of important aspects of filmmaking. There's a lot of important things. But one of the most important things is a movie hooking you at the beginning, right? A movie has to hook you at the beginning. And I sat down in my seat. The movie started. And again, not a horrible film, but the movie just didn't hook me. You know what I mean? Like, again, a movie's supposed to hook you, and it just didn't hook me. You know what I mean? And it was kind of a disappointment. Again, didn't hate it, but let's see. In the negatives, yeah, my Joseph, my buddy Joseph, he sent me a snap earlier on Snapchat, and it was like -2 degrees Celsius, and I was like, oh my gosh, man. He's up in West Virginia, I think it's West Virginia. So I was like, oh man, I can't imagine that. All those far better than One Battle After Another. I will say, speaking of another movie that everyone loved last year that I just wasn't the biggest fan of, Marty Supreme. I know that's a hot take, and I know a lot of people. Oh, are you not a big fan of Marty Supreme either, Robert?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just, and I don't know if this should count as a negative, but the subject matter as well. I don't know if that should count as a negative at all, but the subject matter was a lot. It was a lot in that movie. And, I think Timothée Chalamet, he's not the one I would choose for Best Actor, but he's probably going to win it. I guarantee you he's probably going to win it. I mean, if you ask anybody, it's probably going to be Timothée Chalamet or Leonardo DiCaprio. If you ask anybody, they'll either say him or him. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I really think that Michael B. Jordan should win for Sinners. Again, I love Sinners, not my favorite film of the year, but it was in my top 10. And I really do think out of all of the actors who got nominated for, Best Actor, I really, really think Michael B. Jordan should win. I really think he should win. But let's see if it
you want to go through. Also, you want to go through these categories
absolutely. Yeah. If
you want to start with the smaller categories and work our way up to the more impressive ones.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can do
about Best Picture right out the gate here.
Right. Yeah, we can do. I didn't see any documentaries or short films, but if you did, we can definitely talk about them. So, yeah. But yeah, if you want me to pull it up, or if you want to pull it up, I'm down for whatever. So,
I've got it pulled up. Best Sound, F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Surratt.
Okay. Surratt I didn't see. Okay.
Surratt I didn't see, but I heard lots of good things, and especially about its sound design, because it also played at Fantastic Fest last year.
Oh, okay.
So I know about it. Yeah, I know it has really good sound design, and that's why it's not surprising to see it nominated. But it's also it's one of those weird movies I really only heard about at Fantastic Fest. For it to just randomly pop up in Oscars, the Academy nominations is strange. But
yeah.
From what I've heard about it, it's very well deserved in that category. Yeah. I don't know. F1 probably is what I would go with.
I made my video. This is for sound, right? This is for sound.
Yeah.
I made my video. Again, it took me a million years to finish editing it. I finally got it uploaded earlier today, hours ago. And for sound, I think F1 should win it. I mean, F1, that movie, it's just whether it's the sound design, and when I was talking about it, Because it got nominated like 4 times. I think what was it, like best sound, best editing, I think, best picture.
It has 4. So it's got sound, visual effects.
Visual effects, that's right. Yeah.
Film editing and picture.
Yeah. Like when I was talking about it in my video earlier, I kind of talked, and I know a lot of people said this a while back as well. And it's true, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's like it's a Sunday dad film. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's like how do people say it? Like trying to make it make sense, but it's a dad film. That's literally, you know what I mean? It's literally a dad film, but that's not a bad thing at all. That's a great thing. And whether it's the sound mixed with, I don't know, Hans Zimmer score, which I'm gonna try not to go on a tangent or a rant, but we'll talk about that in a little bit because I'm not even, because I'm kind of, you probably know where I'm going with this, but I'm kind of
something seems to be missing in a category here a little bit.
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Let's
hurry up and get there real quick. Best visual effects. Yeah. Avatar, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, Lost Bus, and Sinners. This is because this is the one that typically where you see all the movies that everyone loved throughout the year, all the big blockbusters, but weren't good enough to get Best Picture. This is usually where you see like whatever Marvel movie came out this past year.
Right.
And which I'm surprisingly, there's no Marvel movies in this category.
No Superman either. No Superman.
No Superman. No Fantastic Four.
Which I really think Fantastic Four should have got nominated for that.
Especially on Galactus.
Oh, absolutely. And The Lost Bus. Did you see The Lost Bus with Matthew McConaughey? I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. Matthew McConaughey's like my favorite actor, dude. I mean, it's kind of funny because he's in Austin as well, so whatever. But it was fine. It was fine. I mean, there's some good things about it, but and the visual effects were cool. They were cool. But I honestly, when I saw that it got nominated for best visual effects, right? I was like, oh, that shocked me. Like again, the visual effects were good. They were fine, but when I saw it there, I was like, oh. Okay, like Jurassic World Rebirth, I expected that, you know what I mean? But what were all the names on there again? Jurassic World Rebirth and then
Avatar, like if there's an Avatar movie coming out, it's gonna get nominated for visual effects.
Yeah, and we're talking about best visual effects right now, right? I think this is best visual effects. I would say Avatar. I mean, James Cameron, I don't know how he does it. I have absolutely no earthly idea how he does it, man. But he has such a good act for creating this like broad scale and scope, and just the visual aesthetic and just atmosphere is astounding. And he just never misses, man. He absolutely never misses, So yeah,
I would say Sinners. But Sinners really for that one scene, the musical number that's about halfway through the movie. That's where I feel like a lot of your really good visual effects came in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we will probably talk about that scene again and again throughout this stream.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Best original score, Begonia, which is Jerskin Fendrix. What a name.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, Frankenstein, which is Alexandra Desplat, or whatever. Hamnet, Max Richter. One Battle After Another was Johnny Greenwood. Sinners, Ludwig Göransson. And F1 is Hans. Oh, wait, that's not on here.
I will say this. The score in One Battle After Another was really good. Like the piano type score, I love that. The score is one of the best things about the movie, like how it just would play throughout, and it's like again the piano type tune. Like I loved it, absolutely loved it. And I think again that was one of the best things about the movie. And out of all the people on this list, out of all the choices on this list, I should say, I am going with Ludwig Göransson for Sinners. I mean, Ludwig Göransson, not even just for Sinners, but for the Odyssey coming out, and for what else has he done? Like the Creed films, the Black Panther films, the Mandalorian. He doesn't miss. I mean, he really doesn't. But But
that's a movie about music.
oh,
How do
absolutely.
you not get the score in a movie about music?
Yeah, absolutely. But I will say,
I agree. That's the one. That's my favorite to win.
yeah,
In that,
I will say though, if Hans Zimmer was on there for F1, which I don't know why he got snubbed, I have absolutely no earthly idea. Even so, say Hans Zimmer did get nominated and Ludwig Göransson got nominated as well. You know, they both did. They were both on that list, as I should say. I would have picked Hans Zimmer, but because he's for no reason whatsoever not on there, I'm going to pick Ludwig. You know, because he did a great job as Sinners. But how Hans Zimmer didn't get nominated for his F1 score, I it's beyond me. Like I don't understand it. I have no idea. Like that. Anyways, we can go to the next topic before I go on a tangent about that, because that'll take up like hours and I don't want to do that. So, but you know.
Yeah. Next category, best song. You've got Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, which I guess is like a documentary about Diane Warren. Song done by Diane Warren.
Yeah.
You've got this little song. I don't know how big it's going to be, but it's called Golden from the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh, we know how big that's going to be.
You've got I Lied to You from Sinners, music by Raphael Sadiq and Ludwig Göransson. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi, music and lyrics by Nicholas Pike, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams by Nick Cave. Nick Cave, if you're not familiar, is the lead singer of a band that made the song, which is the theme song to Peaky Blinders, and is also the main theme to the Scream movies.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
like
that.
Red Right Hand or something like that. So
interesting.
So this category, there's the one that I want to win, and then there's the one that I know is going to win. What I want to win is I Lied to You from Sinners.
Me too.
That song absolutely should win. What song is going to win? Golden. Golden is 100%.
I knew you were going to say that. I was like, K-pop Demon Hunters is going to win. It's going to win best original song. It is. But I will say this.
I think they're nominated for 2 things, I believe. Yeah. Best song and best animated. I'm going to go ahead and say it. They're going to win both categories.
Absolutely. It's going to be an interesting conversation when we get to the animated part, the best animated feature, because I won't say which ones, but there are 5 movies that got nominated. 3 I didn't see. 2 I did see, and those 2 I'm just meh on. So I had to obviously pick one that I saw out of the 2 I didn't really like that much. But again, when we get there, that'll be an interesting kind of talking point, kind of interesting conversation to talk about, you know. But I will say, try taking a walk with headphones on, listening to I Lied to You, dude. It'll get your adrenaline pumping. Like it's so awesome, man.
They performed it on like I can't remember if it was Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel like a week ago or so, and it was so good.
I feel like I saw something about that. I think I saw some about that. Yeah, which is cool. That's really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they also had what's his name, Miles Canton.
Yeah.
Miles Canton. Who was it? He was the guitar player, the kid.
Yeah.
In that. Sammy. He didn't know how to play the guitar. He got hired for this role, and in 2 months he learned how to play the guitar well enough that he is actually the one playing the guitar in the music, in the movie.
Yeah.
Like he went from never touched a guitar to he has big feature film expertise in 2 months. In 2 months he got that down.
That's interesting. That's funny how that works. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I Lied to You is what is what I would love to see win. Me too. Golden is very likely going to take it because you can't go anywhere and not hear Golden.
Right.
And I'm also saying this knowing full well there's a Diane Warren song on here, and typically if Diane Warren is nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song, she's going to win.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it is between Golden and I Lied to You, though. I think, Golden probably will win. I guarantee you Golden's going to win. I Lied to You, though, does have a big chance, though, man. I feel like it does. And we forgot to even mention, I didn't even think about it till now. Sinners getting 16 nominations, man. That's wild. Like, that's because I think, was it the last Lord of the Rings? I think it was Return of the King, right? Didn't that get like 11?
14?
Like, something like that, yeah, which is wild. That's wild to me. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Best makeup and hairstyling, you got Frankenstein, Kokuhu, not sure what that is. Sinners, Smashing Machine, and Ugly Stepsister. I've seen Frankenstein and Sinners out of that.
Oh, Smashing Machine's good. I really like Smashing Machine. I know a lot of people were kind of lower on it, but there was a majority of people that liked it. I really liked it. It didn't crack my top 10, but for makeup and hairstyling, the makeup and prosthetics, whatever you want to call it, on The Rock's face, Dwayne Johnson, outstanding. Like you saw in the trailers probably how good it looked. Man, I was this close to saying the Smashing Machine. I think it might be Frankenstein, though. Like the makeup and prosthetics on Jacob Elordi, like him as Frankenstein. Oh,
yeah,
dude. Out of this world, I think.
I don't know what all makeup there was in Sinners other than like making them look like vampires, but it really was like sharp teeth and shiny eyes, and that was about it.
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. But
otherwise, like there is the hairstyle. So, like for Sinners, there is a lot of doing the makeup and the hairstyles that are accurate to the time period that it takes place in. Is definitely something. Ugly Stepsister, I hadn't seen. I'm guessing it deals with an ugly stepsister, so there's probably makeup involved to make her ugly.
Yeah, probably.
Random guess there.
Yeah, but I think it was according to Seth. I think because again, I follow my Instagram. I think he was the one who saw it last night, or somebody. I think he went to go see it or something like that. But I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it. But you know. We'll just have to see how that one goes. But let's see.
Production design. You've got Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners. This one, again, based off of the movies I've seen, I would probably say either Frankenstein or Sinners.
I was going to say Frankenstein too. Yeah, Sinners has a chance, but I would say, yeah, Frankenstein. Again, like it's funny, me and Frankenstein, I liked it more than I thought I would, but it's one that I don't need to watch again. I'm kind of lower on it, you know what I mean? Well, you're kind of in the same boat on Frankenstein, kind of. Yeah, like I know majority of people really liked it, but it's just I was kind of lower. Again, liked it more than I thought I would. Not horrible by any means, but I don't need to watch. Like I will say this though, I was 30 minutes into the movie, and I was like, "Oh, Oscar Isaac's going to win Best Actor," but here we are. Here we are. But I was hoping to see, his name, but but that's not happening. But
usually like production design, my favorites that I've seen lately have been like any kind of Robert Eggers movie. If you watch anything from him, most of the time, I think pretty much all of his movies he's done so far, the production has built everything. Like the they built that little house and everything out in the middle of nowhere in the woods. The lighthouse, they built the lighthouse in that movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
That is specifically every single one of his movies, the sets and buildings and everything are made specifically for that movie. Which I love. So that's the kind of production design I really enjoy seeing, is when everything's homegrown specifically for that film. Not to take away, like if they go and they shoot on location, there's something to be said about taking buildings that already exist and changing them into like period piece type of things. Like go and watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that was filmed in LA. And the fact that they changed LA back to like the 1960s or 70s or whatever time period that took.
Right. Yeah.
It's being able to see that's impressive as well. So I like both ends of it. I just think Sinners, in my opinion, I think Sinners did the better job of recreating that time period because that was across the board.
Oh, absolutely.
Entire movie.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I loved about Sinners, and that's one of the things I talked about in my review last April, is that the backdrop of the 1930s, the overall aesthetic of the 1930s, like how it looks and stuff, beautiful, absolutely phenomenal. Like the atmosphere and all that, and just the way it looks, you actually felt like it was in the 1930s. You know what I mean? I think that's when it took place. I think I might be wrong.
1932.
Yeah, which
Mississippi Delta, Louisiana area. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was phenomenal. It was outstanding in my opinion.
Hamnet, I haven't been able to see Hamnet yet. I know it deals with like a lot of like earlier Shakespeare type of area. So I know that a lot of production design is going to be that Shakespearean time period. So it's likely going to look good, especially if it's nominated. I just haven't seen it yet, so really can't.
I think Cody might have seen it. I think maybe. I was watching one of his videos the other day, and maybe he did, and I might have heard it wrong. I don't know, but I don't think he was the biggest fan of it. But I think majority of people are loving it. Again, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Hamnet, but I'm hearing. Jessie Buckley, she's going to be in, which I absolutely. And I know I told you about this when we went to go see Bone Temple a couple weeks ago. She is going to be the bride in the new Maggie Gyllenhaal film, The Bride, or whatever you want to call it. And I absolutely cannot wait to see it, dude. No one's talking about it. I feel like no one's talking about it at all. And I'm just like, she's probably going to win. She's probably going to get nominated for next year's Oscars. I guarantee freaking you she will, man. And then Christian Bale as Frankenstein's monster. Oh, dude. Like, we talk about makeup and hairstyling. The Bride will probably get nominated for that, But yeah, we'll wait till we get there next year. But
let's see. Costume design. You got Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. Why is Avatar on here? Because isn't the costume all like computer generated anyways? Like they're not even wearing costumes; they're naked.
I was gonna say,
they're wearing strategically placed necklaces. That's all.
I was gonna say when the Avatar's on there, and I was like, you know what? That might actually, it has a chance. But when you said that just now, I was like, oh yeah, it's all just CGI and all that. That doesn't count. Why should that count? Like it's just, but what were the names again? Like Frankenstein was on there, right?
Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners.
Sinners has a chance. I think Frankenstein though. Like I talk about, like the Sinners, like the time it's in, is like the way it's made, the film is made. You actually feel like it's in the 1930s, and whatever time Frankenstein takes place in, the clothes represent that time perfectly. Absolutely. And I'm watching the movie, and when I think back to it, I'm like, man, the clothes that they're wearing, just like I said just now, represent the time they're in perfectly. Like when does it take place, Frankenstein? I should know this, but
it was like 1800s.
That's right. Yeah, I don't even know how I forgot that. Right. Yeah, like I mean, this may be a little thing, and I talked about this in my video too. Like even something as simple as what Frankenstein's monster, Jacob Elordi, was wearing, his hoodie and his coat. I mean, it's a simple piece of clothing. It is, but they even added so much detail and nuance to that, like that hoodie and coat or whatever you want to call it. I'm like, man, they really took, like, it's just, I don't know.
I don't like the design of Frankenstein's monster because they didn't put the bolts in his neck.
So I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's. But you got to think too.
All you had to do was put bolts in his neck, and you can't even do that.
I didn't even think about that, and they didn't make his head that big either, like mine. They didn't give him a cranium-sized head. But like that's the thing with Del Toro is he's like very unique. You know what I mean? So I feel like he wanted to give his own spin on it, which for the most part worked. I feel like it worked for the most part, but I don't watch it again though.
I can see with a Del Toro movie, it's kind of the same with like Tim Burton as well.
Exactly.
Those movies are usually going to get nominated for all the visual things like the production design, the costume, the hair, the makeup,
the
sometimes
cinematography,
the special effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of that's the type of director whose movies pop up in all of those categories every time they make a movie. So.
Yeah. Let's see. I feel like the bride is looking slightly cringy, but I don't know. Like and apparently it's gonna have like, last April, I was watching John Campia's live stream, with Rob and all them. They were at CinemaCon and they were talking after the Warner Bros. Panel. They were talking about how they saw footage for The Bride, and Robert Meyer Burnett was talking about the aspect ratio change. And I was like, oh, we're about to get major aspect ratio changes in this movie, and I am so there for it because talking about Sinners, that scene where I Lie to You comes on, the aspect ratio. Oh, dude,
Widens to the IMAX.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Like, I wish I could go back and witness that again. Like, with the sound and just the original score and so, dude, I could go on.
I feel like you can witness it again. Didn't they release it in theaters?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that. I don't know how I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Man, I watched it so bad.
Let's say best film editing. This one's one that I don't feel like when I go to see a movie, I'm primarily watching the movie as a movie fan first, and then as someone who is going to critique the movie after watching it second. So
I do both at the same time. I do both at the same time.
I'm usually not paying attention to editing when I first watch a movie, especially in the theater. I just want to be entertained and enjoy the movie. So I'm not really focused on that.
That's fair.
Unless it's just absurd. Right. But this one you got F1, Marty Supreme, after another sentimental value in Sinners. Again, I really can't speak on any of those. Maybe at most I will say Sinners just because the editing that's involved to keep Smoke and Stack separate for the two Michael B. Jordans, the way that was edited together.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give credit on that. But
yeah. And Michael B. Jordan did such a good job playing a dual role. He did such a good job with what he was given, But for editing, I gotta go F1. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but
car shots.
Oh, dude! And I talked about this in my video earlier as well. Not even just the racing scenes, but whenever a character, whoever it is, Brad Pitt, Dancing Interest, it doesn't matter. Whenever a character would just be walking and the camera's just behind them, and it would just edit it just quickly, just how fast paced it was, dude. It wasn't fast paced in like a rushed sort of way, right? It was perfectly paced, and I was like, man, this is good. This is good, But I would choose F1. I definitely think F1, but Sinners does have a chance as well. So.
This next category, this one's going to be fun because this is the first time this category has been in the Emmy Awards, and that is Best Casting. This is to honor casting directors, which I know a lot of people don't understand necessarily what that is. Casting director is the person who is organizing the casting. It's not up to the producer and director or screenwriters. It is up to a casting director to corral all the people who could be in the movie and vet them and go through the auditions for those that are auditioning. Usually you'll have your ones that, let's say for Sinners, I'm pretty sure Ryan Coogler just immediately knew he was going to cast Michael B. Jordan in the lead role. So, Michael B. Jordan definitely did not go and audition for that role.
No.
A lot of the other roles in the movie may not be auditions. I don't know if I would say Delroy Lindo auditioned for his particular role, but it was more likely a casting director reaches out to Delroy Lindo's agent and says, hey, we have a role for him. We would like to have him come in for a reading, or just let's have him come in and look this over real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what a casting director does. Getting the thousands of extras that you see in the background movie, they're the ones that are managing all of that. So it's nice to have that position honored, because what makes a movie is a great cast, and not having people in the background holding their Starbucks coffee cups during, say, Game of Thrones or.
Yeah.
What was the other one? There was another one that was I think it was Stranger Things had had something like a Starbucks cup or whatever also in it recently in the last season, and you're like, why? Oh no, it was Holly Wheeler. When she was hung up on the wall, she goes to reach up to pull the stuff off her face, and the sleeve of her shirt had the Under Armour logo on it.
Did it
and
really?
Under Armour didn't. Yeah, Under Armour
didn't
didn't
even
come out
notice
until
that.
the
I might
90s.
have noticed that, but I don't. Man, that was it. You're talking about Holly. She's in the other seasons, but you're talking about season 5, right? Season 5.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if I caught that, but
little stuff like that, making sure that the people in the background aren't doing stuff like crazy or whatever. That's the casting director to wrangle that.
Yeah.
So as far as how we're judging it for these movies, I don't know. You got Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, and Sinners. I'm gonna go based off of just the idea of how big these casts are. Like Sinners and One Battle After Another have some big names and a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I would probably say Sinners.
I was going to go Sinners as well. Sinners, definitely.
The only other one I would call out is Marty Supreme, and only because they casted Kevin O'Leary as a
which apparently that was his first film, and he crushed it. He absolutely crushed it. And Tyler, the Creator. I always butcher his last name. It's like it starts with like an OK something. I don't remember. But that was his first role as well. And Marty Supreme, and he absolutely crushed it as well, you know. So Marty Supreme definitely has a chance, but I will say for best casting, I really think Sinners might win it. And the reason I really think it'll win it because, you know, just everybody in that movie did a great job. Everybody gave almost an Oscar-worthy performance, but not even just that, but also at the same time, just the way they all played off of each other, whether it's the emotional moments, whether it's just them talking, just scenes of dialogue, you know, they did such a good job, whether it's Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld in that emotional scene where they're in the dance hall or whatever you want to call it, and just Michael B. Jordan talking to Michael B. Jordan, you know, smoking stack, like they and Delroy Lindo absolutely crushed it as well, dude. Like I remember that, I won't say the word obviously, but he talks about how he crapped his pants in that scene because he got scared. My whole theater erupted into laughter, dude. Like I think they did, but it was so fun, man. And the whole ensemble of the cast is phenomenal too. And like I said, they all played so well off of each other. You know, you have Wumbi Mosaku, which I always butcher her name, but her, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, Miles Canton, however you say his last name. A lot of hard last names. I'll say that. But no, like I said, the whole point is everybody did such a good job, you know, in Sinners. So let's see. Jeffrey, appreciate you, man. Thank you.
So some of these like best live action short films, I don't know any of these movies.
Yeah,
best animated short films, I don't know any of those. Very likely one of the best animated short films probably plays before a Pixar movie. So
that's right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Good point.
Best documentary short films, I don't know any of those. I don't think. Yeah. Best documentaries, I'm not sure of any of those either.
Yeah.
Internationals, what I like about the international category for Oscars lately is they're starting to blend them in with Best Picture a lot more often. Like you usually now will see, ever since they expanded Best Picture to like 10 slots, you're usually seeing like 1 or 2 of those being given to an international foreign country. English. So like this, you've got Secret Agent from Brazil. It Was Just an Accident from France. Sentimental Value from Norway. Good luck, guys. Sarat from Spain. And the voice of Hein Rajab from Tunisia.
Okay.
Tunisia.
Yeah, none I've seen. I haven't seen any of these, I don't think. So some of them we've talked about, you know. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those.
No.
Animated. You got Arco.
This is going to be what we'll talk about.
K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. My first thing is Little Amelie or the character of Rain. Does that have anything to do with the movie of Amelie? Because I absolutely adore that movie.
And Elio got nominated too, which again, Elio and Zootopia 2 are the two that I saw. And I would have, if I had to choose one, because again, the other three on there I didn't see, but Elio and Zootopia 2 I saw. Elio was just meh, in my opinion. And I like the first Zootopia. I do. It's been a long time since I've seen it. And I wasn't really looking forward to Zootopia 2. And when I watched it, I was like, meh, it's okay. It's fine, you know? And if I had to choose one, it would have to be Zootopia 2. But I think, even though I haven't seen it, but I know majority of people love it, you know, K-pop Demon Hunters, I think it's gonna win. It's gonna win. I mean, that's a lock.
I watched it last week.
Oh, okay.
Once it won the Golden Globe, when it won the Golden Globe, I was like, okay, it's gonna get nominated for the Oscars. Yeah, I'm going to watch it. So for me, I typically like trying to watch everything that was nominated, at least for like the major awards. The major, like, Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Supporting Actor, yada yada yada, and animated. So I was like, might as well go ahead and knock it out. So I watched it. It was okay. It's the same kind of movie that I feel like you usually get for kids. Like, it's the same thing with like Frozen. You've got a character has something mysterious, probably some kind of superpower or whatever, that is making them outcast from the rest of the group, the rest of the world, rest of the village, whatever it is. And they need to learn how to use that thing that's making them an outcast, use that as a strength to come back and be the ultimate version of yourself. So yeah, Demon Hunters did that. You had Frozen. I'm pretty sure we could, if we really sat here and thought about it, could probably come up with a ton of movies that have that same exact storyline.
Oh yeah,
I like how K-pop Demon Hunters, they did it was very topical the way they did it, playing off of how popular K-pop is right now. It's just, I'm not the demographic for it. Go figure, a 40-something-year-old guy, not the demographic that they're trying to reach with your K-pop.
Yeah, I feel like it's bigger than Frozen. Like we all know how big Frozen was like years ago, you know, and how big it's going to continue to be with 3 and 4 releasing in the next few years, you know. But it's one of those things as well where I feel like, so K-pop Demon Hunters came out. When did that come out? Like June or July, I think. And I feel like it just came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. Like I don't know if I just found out about it I don't know, but my little sister she hasn't talked about it in a while, but at that time was obsessed, absolutely obsessed with it. And I'm just like, it's like you said, not my demographic. It's not my, you know what I mean? Like I like Pixar, like I like animated films, like the Spider-Verse films, Pixar films, DreamWorks, like all those, you know, very popular animated franchises, you know, but like it just, meh, you know what I mean? Like I like Frozen. I'm probably not even going to go see the next two. I've seen the first one, and I'm just meh. You know, second one I didn't even see because again, it's not my.
Yeah.
You know, but you think of like Bambi and Dumbo and all that, like those ones I can watch. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like K-pop Demon Hunters, I'm just like, I don't have the urge. You know what I mean? But
I think also what turns me off on it is the name. It is the most simplistic name. It's like, it's not even a cool name. It's just a description of what the movie is. That's like calling the Avengers superheroes in tights fighting.
I was just about to say. Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
They should have called the movie like Huntrix. Just call it the name of the band. That would have been much better. It's shorter, it rattles off, it sounds cool, like Frozen. Yeah. It was the Ice Queen, which is fun because that's what Frozen was actually based off of, is the Ice Queen story. So they didn't just call it Ice Queen, they called it Frozen. They made it a gimmicky name that would attract people, would help SEO. Why didn't we just call it Huntrix?
Yeah.
You could have even probably just called it K-pop. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say this, though. I will say this. And you know the Critical Drinker, right?
Yeah.
You know how he doesn't like a lot of stuff nowadays, you know what I mean? But he likes some stuff. He posted a video, don't know, maybe a couple of weeks ago, like his last, like talking about, you know, the movies he liked in 2025, the movies he didn't like. And K-pop Demon Hunters was on the part where one of the movies he liked. And when he said that, I was like, critical drinker liking K-pop Demon Hunters? I was like, that shocked me. That absolutely shocked me. I was like, so he didn't like Superman, which again, his opinion, still subjective, you know, but he didn't like Superman, but he liked K-pop, and I was like, and I'm a fan of Critical Drinker. I think he's hysterical, but I was just like, that shocked me. I was like, oh, the Critical Drinker liked K-pop Demon Hunters. I was like, that okay, that kind of shocked me. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of funny. But
anyways, what we're trying to say is K-pop Demon Hunters is going to win.
probably, yeah, it's more than likely.
So best adapted screenplay. So this is a screenplay based off of something already previously written or established. You've got Begonia, which was based off of another movie. Frankenstein, which I believe is based off of a book.
Yeah.
Hamnet, which is based off of a novel. One Battle After Another, based on a novel. And Train Dreams is based off of a novella.
Oh, I didn't know One Battle. Well, I should have known that for best adapted screenplay. Frankenstein was on there, right? You said Frankenstein was on there.
Yeah, Frankenstein is based off of the book Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Yes.
Yeah, I would say Frankenstein probably. I would say Frankenstein. Which I will say this. After seeing The Long Walk in September, remember I wrote my review on Twitter. JT Molnair, one of the best writers in Hollywood today. And I remember you saying that he's very active on Twitter. And when I got home that night, like I didn't even tag him or anything. He just, I guess, found my, posts on Twitter. And again, like I said, I remember you saying he's very active. And I was like, yo, what? This is crazy. And how The Long Walk didn't get nominated for that, I have no idea. Like, again, there's a lot of great things about The Long Walk. I love that movie. And if you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. I will say, though, probably my two favorite things about that movie, David Johnson's performance, which, again, talking about tangents and rants, I'll go on that in a little bit. But his performance and the script. The dialogue was one of the best things about that movie. And how that didn't get nominated for best adapted screenplay.
You mean random dude pooping in the street was not one of the best parts of that movie?
Oh, even then, no, not that. Oh, dude, that was so hard to watch. It didn't even happen once. It happened like 2 or 3 times.
Three times or something.
Oh, dude, I'm like, I don't want to see this, man. But yeah, I will say though, if The Long Walk was on here, JT Molnair, I would pick that all day, every day. But you know, Frankenstein, I think is gonna win it probably. I bet. I mean, that's just what I would choose.
My question on this is for best adapted screenplay. So are we trying to vote what is the best movie that comes from something else, or are we trying to vote on which movie best adapted what it was based off of? Which I know that one can get a little tricky, because I would say specifically like with Frankenstein, that's not a direct adaptation. The original movie, like the Boris Karloff movie, the original Frankenstein, that was more of a loyal adaptation to the story than this one was, as far as I know. Right. I haven't read the book, so like, don't hold that against me. But
no, you're good.
But like, how are we deciding this? Like, Begonia was a really good movie. I enjoyed Begonia. It's based off of another film. So are we voting for it because it was just a good movie on its own, regardless of it being based off of another film? Or are we voting for it because it was a great adaptation of that other film?
Interesting. So. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. I don't know, man. That is kind of difficult to try to. It's kind of difficult. Yeah.
If I'm going based off of, like, out of all these movies, which one did I enjoy the most? Probably Begonia. I think I enjoyed Begonia more than Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And One Battle Over Another, and then haven't seen Hamnet or Train Dreams yet.
I would say out of all those on this list, Frankenstein, definitely Frankenstein. Even though, like I said earlier, I'm kind of lower on it. Again, I enjoyed it for the most part, like more than I thought it would. But at the same time, I'm still kind of, it wasn't like the greatest film like people were making it out to be. You know what I mean? But Del Toro did a great job, and Oscar Isaac gave a Oscar-worthy performance, which. Yeah, seriously, talking about like tangents and rants, how he didn't get nominated, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But golly, man, it's like every year, like yesterday. Wait, what did the nominations came out? Was that yesterday? That was yesterday, right? Yeah. My buddy Spike, King Spike, when I found out that David Johnson didn't get nominated, when Hans Zimmer didn't get nominated, I called him and I went on a rant, dude. I had to call somebody. And I was like, this one did get nominated. This didn't get nominated, and I don't understand how. I went on a rant, dude, and I again could talk about that for hours. But yeah, I definitely think Frankenstein will probably. Yeah, I would choose Frankenstein personally. But
so best original screenplay, you got Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. A couple of movies in there I haven't even heard of, like Blue Moon.
Yeah, that's the new Ethan Hawke one, I think.
Yes, and the problem with that is that movie got buried because Ethan Hawke has like everything coming out all at once, and that's not the name of another movie that should have been Best Picture.
Really?
So when Blue Moon was coming out was also the same time where he was promoting Black Phone 2, and what's his effect show, like Lowdown or Lockdown or something like that.
Oh,
yeah. And that's the thing is Blue Moon is a Richard Linklater film, which if you know, Richard Linklater is a fellow Austinite, does a lot of movies that take place in Austin, and has used Ethan Hawke quite a few times in a lot of his movies, including the Before Sunrise, Sunset, whatever trilogy.
Yeah, which Richard Linklater, he directed, was it Hitman with Glenn Powell, right?
Did he?
I think. Let me see. Have you seen that one with Glenn Powell? It came out a few years ago. I think they premiered it.
Yeah, he did do Hitman. Yeah.
Yeah, which I had no expectations for that movie. I watched it at the house on Netflix, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Good.
And Glenn Powell is Austinite as well. And they actually had the premiere at the Paramount Theater. I think Sean went at that time, and that's where they have South by Southwest, y'all. And it was great. If you haven't seen Hitman, please go watch Hitman. It's really like it was one of. What was that, 2023? I think that was like one of my biggest surprises of that year. And I'm a huge Glenn Powell fan. He's like one of my favorite actors of like today, But yeah, I didn't know. I don't think I knew he was an Austinite. Like he was from Austin. That's cool.
So I would probably say out of original screenplay, I'd probably give it to Sinners. Again, I haven't seen any of the other movies, so I can't speak on them yet, but Sinners.
Yeah, I agree. And the dialogue for that movie was great too. I mean, that movie had phenomenal dialogue. It kept you engaged, and it actually made you feel like you were there with the characters engaging in the conversation. You know what I mean? Like it actually was very clever. It was very smart, the dialogue, the screenplay, So
yeah. So let's move on to the big awards. So Best Supporting Actress. You've got Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. Inga. Ooh, okay.
I know. This name is very hard to say. A lot of hard names.
Lilias for Sentimental Value.
Something like that.
Amy Madigan for Weapons. Unmi Mosaku for Sinners.
Yeah, it's going to probably be him too.
I've said her name so many times because she's also was it B-15 from Loki and Deadpool and Wolverine from the TVA, and then Teyana Taylor in One Battle After Another. Teyana Taylor is going to be on SNL tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to seeing basically the exact opposite of Perfidia from One Battle After Another to super silly and all over the place on SNL. So that I'm looking forward to. I don't know about this category. Like, I would probably want to give it to Sinners as well. Like, now, either way, I feel like I want to give it to a horror movie, whether it's Sinners or Weapons. And while I also feel like I'm a part of the group of Twitter people who just want to sing the praises of Amy Madigan's
That's who I'm
Gladys
choosing. I think Amy
all
Madigan.
over. Like,
Yeah.
but when comparing that to other roles, I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
necessarily go with Gladys. Like, it's a great role. It was
Oh yeah.
amazing, creepy, and whatnot, but I don't think there's that much more that pushes it beyond just a standard horror villain. She does an amazing job,
It's
but
a very
like,
interesting performance. It's a good character study as well. I feel like her character, it's her character is interesting. She's interesting, and
but like,
it's
I don't think it's Oscar worthy. Like, when I'm going to compare it to like Oscars for horror, I'm going to fall back to was it Toni Collette from Hereditary? I don't like
oh yeah,
Hereditary. I don't like Toni Collette. She should have gotten nominated for that movie. Absolutely 100%.
that's the
That's
thing with
what
me
I'm
and Marty
hoping for.
Supreme. Like I was not the biggest fan of Marty Supreme, but Timothy Chalamet, even though he's not my pick, he's not the one I would pick for best actor, or whatever. He's probably gonna win. He's probably gonna win. Let's just be real on that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Hereditary. By the way, I've never seen as well. I need to watch Hereditary. I hear nothing but great things about it. Nothing but great things. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who necessarily. Teyana Taylor, she does a really good job in One Battle After Another, but she
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
have that much to do after like
She
the
doesn't
beginning.
have as big of a role as you would think she would before seeing the movie. You know what I mean? Like she has a prominent role. She's one of the lead actresses in it. She is well. Oh, well, speaking of that, I saw something about this. Speaking of One Battle After Another, real fast. I saw someone on TikTok about it on TikTok yesterday, how Chase Infinity got snubbed as well. And I didn't even think about that. I was like, that's right.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even think about that. Chase Infinity got snubbed. She absolutely did. I was like, man.
I was gonna bring up a list of like all the snubs here in a little bit.
Exactly. I was
But
like,
yeah,
man.
there's a lot of those we could go over also.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I don't for best supporting actress, I really don't have anyone. Like, I will say I'm probably equally looking at Amy Madigan, Wunmi Masaku, and Teyana Taylor, all
yeah.
three of them just as equal.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Best supporting actor, you got Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I have a hard time with this one because for me, it's down to two people. It is between Delroy Lindo and Sean Penn.
Okay. Yeah, the one I'm gonna go with is Delroy Lindo. I really think he should win it. I really think, but I will say, okay, so Benicio del Toro has a very, very high chance. He does. I will say this: Sean Penn does have a good chance as well, a very, very high chance. And I was actually talking about this with Danny as well. And he, like I said earlier, he wasn't the biggest fan of One Battle either. We were talking about Sean Penn, how he gave a great performance. He gave an Oscar-worthy performance, obviously. But it's kind of the subject matter of his character. You know what I mean? Like the way his character is, and it's probably, I don't know. Like it's just his character is not who I am as a person. You know what I mean? And like Timothy Chalamet, I mean, Timothy Chalamet is Marty Supreme. That's not who I am as a person. You know what I mean? And you also have to think about it like this. You have to separate the performance from the character as well, right? But like I'm just like, when I was watching Sean Penn in this movie, I'm like, okay, great performance. He gave a great performance, but I don't know, just the way his character was acting. I'm just like, I can't, you know what I mean? But I will say, Benicio del Toro, and he's just cool in general. He's so cool in general, dude. I mean, I think he has a chance to win, but I gotta go Delroy Lindo, man. Delroy Lindo knocked it out of the park in Sinners, man. And he brought just the humor, but at the same time, at times he brought the seriousness too. So he kind of, both sides of it. But I gotta go. Delroy Lindo. I think hopefully he wins it. Hopefully.
He's never won an Academy Award, and
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
I mean, you look at like his role in The Five Bloods, Malcolm X, like even some of like he's one of those like smaller actors that I see like in bit roles, but they are so good. Like he was the detective in Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. I loved him in that.
Okay.
Especially like the back and forth he had with Christopher Eccleston. Like, think about it, you shoot me, you're gonna be dead. You're a cop killer. Your life is over. And like, no, you think about it the wrong way. If I shoot you, you're dead. Like, your life is over. Like that whole back and forth. The Last Castle. He has a very small role in it, but it's such a meaningful and emotional role. That I highly recommend that movie as well. Yeah. So, like he does these little bit roles that are so powerful and heavy weighted. It's nice seeing him in a role that's more fleshed out, like in Sinners, and then also getting recognized and noticed for that role. So Sean Penn's won awards before. He does have a blockbuster. He does have an Oscar, right? I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, so he's won Oscars before for Mystic River and Milk. Yeah, let's let Delroy Lindo go.
I was just saying, that would be cool. That would be beneficial.
Not saying that his role in One Battle After Another is not deserving, but
it's one of those things where that's an interesting. Sean Penn is Colonel Lockjaw in One Battle After Another. That's an interesting role to tackle. It really is. Like you could imagine being him reading the script and being like, this is going to be kind of difficult to tackle in a way. And you think about Timothy Chalamet as Marty Supreme. You know, Timothy Chalamet, you could imagine being him sitting there reading that script, and you're like, this is a very hard role to tackle. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it is what it is. But
if you want some fun, though, watch Sean Penn as Lockjaw, Colonel Lockjaw in One Battle After Another, and then immediately go and watch him in Fast Times at Ridgemont High as Macaulay.
Gotcha.
That whole scene of him with the pizza in the class is so funny.
Okay, I've heard of that movie. I think
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah. I need to
early '80s. It's Amy Heckerling, same one who did Clueless in the '90s.
Okay, I know about Clueless. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's another teen high school, like almost raunchy comedy in the same vein as like Clueless or American Pie, Can't Hardly Wait, and Things I Hate About You. It's one of those type of
Can't Hardly Wait. I've seen a little bit of. My mom, she hasn't put it on in a while, but I haven't seen all of it. But it's the guy from Remember the Titans. I can't think of the guys. He's on that. What's his name? I think. Hold on. What's his name? I can't think of his name. But I've seen a little bit of it, and it's kind of.
Are you saying you can't remember the Titan?
Let's see. Can't Hardly Wait. Oh, Seth Green's in it. That's right. Jennifer Love Hewitt. That's right.
There's a lot of people in that. Ethan Embry.
Oh, Jason Segal's in that? I don't remember him being in that. Donald Faison or Faison, however you say his last name. Yeah. Is he?
Who was also in Clueless and Scrubs and.
I was gonna say Scrubs. That's right, and Remember the Titans as well. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
So I love Remember the Titans.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think Delroy Lindo should win it. He was great in Sinners. He was funny in there, so I think he should win it.
Best Actress, you got Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
I heard that was good.
I just watched it today for the
first
time.
What did you think?
I'll talk about it here in a minute.
Yeah, you're good.
Kate Hudson, Song Blue.
Yes.
Renate Renstev for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. Rose Byrne, she just went through hell in that movie. Her character
I heard it was. Did it play? It played fantastic, right? It played at Fantastic Fest, I think, right?
It did. And I was trying to see it at Fantastic Fest, and it had 2 small screenings. Like, it was only like 1 or 2 theaters each time, and it was completely sold out before I could even get tickets to the tickets to see it at Fantastic Fest. I didn't get a chance to see it, but yeah, just watched it today. Because of this, again, once they release the Oscar nominations, that's where I'm like honed in and focused on what exact movies do I need to watch so I can have a good, thorough opinion when we start talking about Oscar movies, or especially when the Oscars come on. So I did watch that. Yeah, her character just goes through so much. Like, it is so stressful and hard on her. You feel so bad for her, but also at the same time, she's making her own situations even worse throughout the course of that movie. I would say I would probably give it to Rose Byrne so far. Also because the only other movie on this list I've seen is Begonia. And Emma Stone was okay.
Yeah. So you haven't seen Song Sung Blue then? You haven't seen that yet?
No, I want to watch that. I even have coworkers telling me how good that movie is.
It's really good. I will say though, so obviously I'm gonna go with Kate Hudson because she really, really knocked it out of the park. And there, she gives a very Hugh Jackman was great too. Like, I would have thought he would have got nominated too for Best Actor, but obviously that's not the case. But when I was watching, I was like, man, I really hope he does. But Kate Hudson gives a very, very emotional and very vulnerable performance. And it's one of those things where I like the film. I really did like it. And when I saw the trailer, when they released the first trailer, I didn't know about the movie until they released it. And I was like, oh, this looks really, really good. And I liked it. I really did like it. Probably not as much as I thought I would, or as much as I wanted to. Still really good, though. I definitely recommend it. I will say, though, one of my negatives for the film is there is a tonal shift when it hits around the second or third act. Like, when it's the first act is very lighthearted and all of that. But then when it gets to the second all the way to the third act, there's a kind of tragedy in a way that happens, and it becomes very bleak and very depressing. And I was like, that's a huge tonal shift. And
this is on Song Sung Blue.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man, it almost took me out of it. It almost did. It didn't end up taking me out of it, but I say it almost did. But like I said, man, Kate Hudson gives a very vulnerable, very emotional performance, and she's really, really. Now, I don't know. That's who I want to win on this list. I don't know if she will. She probably, unfortunately, won't. But that's who I would choose. But yeah, I don't know if she will. But yeah, I definitely. And I'm another person telling you to watch it. It's good.
So real quick, just for comparison to the Golden Globes, which are usually like a good sign of who's probably going to be the favorite lead going into the Oscars. For Golden Globes, you got Best Supporting was Tiana Taylor, and then you also had Best Female Actor. So Golden Globes splits it up between drama and musical/comedy. For musical/comedy, it went to Rose Byrne. For drama, it went to Jessie Buckley. So you've got Jessie Buckley is nominated here with Rose Byrne as well. Jessie Buckley is nominated for Hamnet. She's going to be the bride in upcoming The Bride. The only other thing I knew her from was she was the lead woman in that movie Men, that really creepy Men movie. Was done by that was Alex Garland. That was
then I have to watch it then, because Alex Garland is one of the best writers and directors working today. Once you said Alex Garland, I was like, I have to watch it.
This movie's a little weird, but
like the subject matter's kind of,
Yeah. Look up Men later, and I haven't seen it yet, so
you see Civil War and Warfare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of Warfare, that got snubbed too, by the way. Warfare.
Yeah. The other one on here, Renata Rintsev, She had that breakout role in like was it Worst Person in the World a couple of years ago. Same director also. Same director who did Sentimental Value. So that's was it Joaquin Trier, I think is how you pronounce it.
Something like that. Something like that.
Sorry if I'm messing up names. It happens.
You're good.
But yeah, this is like her second time, I think, being nominated. I think she was nominated for Worst Person in the World also, and she didn't win. Nope. This is her first. Yeah, this is her first Oscar nomination. So, yeah, I would say probably Rose Byrne, but yeah, I'm eager to see Song Sung Blue as well to see how Kate Hudson did in that. Best actor. Best actor, you have Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. I'm gonna give it to Michael B. Jordan because doing that dual role of Smoke and Stack is insane. Absolutely. And while I know DiCaprio does a good job, in all honesty, One Battle After Another, I feel like anybody else could have done that role and still did just as good a job as DiCaprio
100%.
did.
Yeah, I was like, he did a good job. He did a good job, Leonardo DiCaprio, but I'm like, and obviously DiCaprio is one of the greatest actors to ever walk the planet. He is, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, again, great performance. He did a really good job, but I'm like, okay. I mean, again, great actor, but I would even choose Timothy Chalamet over, Leonardo DiCaprio. And I liked One Battle After Another over more than Marty Supreme, even though I'm not the biggest fan of both films. Both films were just kind of meh, in my opinion. One Battle was a better film, I thought, but yeah, we'll just have to see who gets it. But I will say Michael B. Jordan, definitely, because again, I love Sinners, and I think Michael B. Jordan, like you said, the dual role absolutely crushed it, so yeah, I think he'll hopefully definitely win it. So
yeah. Best director, you got Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joaquin Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. This is a stacked list. Like almost all of these, with the exception of Joaquin Trier, everyone else on here, I think, has won or been nominated for an Oscar. Doesn't look like the Safdie brothers. I can't tell if it was just for the both brothers or just one, but
yeah, because they both did Uncut Gems, right? I think,
and Good Times.
Good Times, okay.
Yeah. I would probably say Ryan Coogler. I
was about to say Ryan Coogler.
Chloe Zhao does a good job when she's not doing a Marvel movie.
Which I like Eternals personally, but
Nomadland was good.
Okay.
Eternals was okay, but and I've heard this before with like Marvel movies. I don't know how much do the directors really have control?
It's one of those things with Sam Raimi,
Yeah, you can see his touch in Multiverse of Madness. You can see Taika Waititi in his Thor movies, sometimes a little too much. Some of them you can see their influence and how they are. Was it Joss Whedon? You can definitely see Joss Whedon isms in the first two Avengers movies. So you can see some of these things, but a lot of it, I don't know enough of Chloe Zhao to recognize her hand on that project. If Quentin Tarantino was directing a Marvel movie, we'd get a lot of the camera rotating around the table while people are talking. We get a lot of feet shots. So I mean,
probably.
Yeah, we've never been so focused on superhero feet ever. But he's a director that has a very specific style. Tim Burton, not Benicio del Toro, Guillermo del Toro. They all have a very specific style and look. You go back Jonathan Demme, go back to his movies. He does a lot of head on, like just looking straight at the camera and talking. So stuff like that doesn't necessarily fit within the world of the MCU because this is all supposed to be one cinematic universe. So how do you see the differences in that? Where,
and
like, at what point do you let the director have free reign?
Yeah, which, you know, with Sam Raimi and like Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, you know, again, you saw a little bit of Sam Raimi's touch, you know, his artistic flair, whatever you want to call it, in that movie. But I think there's a lot they cut out too. Like, I've been told some things, you know, that's another, we're not talking about Marvel right now. We can talk about that maybe later in the Q&A, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I think they cut out, a lot of stuff. And, you know, I feel like, you know, like you said, that, you know, how much do, I don't know, like the writers and directors, how much creative freedom do they have, right? It doesn't seem like very much, you know what I mean? But yeah, but again, we can talk about that later. But yeah, hopefully I see Sin Help tomorrow night. I mean, it's supposed to freeze, so I'm hoping, but I feel like it's one of those things, if I don't end up seeing it tomorrow night, that might actually also be a good thing. Again, I really do want to go see it, but it also be a good thing because I am very behind on his filmography. These past few days, I have been trying to find time to watch his movies. Like, I just haven't. I think after this live in a little bit, I'm going to start watching Evil Dead 2, the second one. And then after that, I'm going to watch Drag Me to Hell. Never seen Drag Me to Hell. I'm going to watch that.
Drag Me to Hell is so good. It's
the Oz.
It's probably the best PG-13 horror movie. I think we lost you. Yep. So I think we lost Hayden there for a second. There he is. Maybe. Are you back? Still there? I see you moving.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, cut out for a second. But what was that? What was I talking about? I was talking about crap. I lost my mind. I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
Watching Sam Raimi movies.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I was saying I just haven't found time these past 2 days to watch his filmography, the rest of his movies. But I think tonight I'm gonna watch Evil Dead 2 and then Drag Me to Hell. I'm definitely gonna check out. And there's a few other ones that seem very niche, like The Gift. I don't see people talking about that.
Quick and the Dead.
Quick and the Dead.
Dark Man.
For Love of the Game, I think with Kevin Costner. I'm gonna watch that one. Maybe some other ones too. That might be it. But anyways, but what was the last one we were talking about? Like best director, right?
Yep. Yeah. So I think it's gonna go to Ryan Coogler.
I agree. Me too.
Best picture, the big one. You've got Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. I don't know. I kind of want to go Sinners.
I was gonna go with Sinners, but once I found out F1 was on that list, I was like, "Oh, dude, this
F1 was good,
like,
but
I know. Like I loved F1 and Sinners both, but they were in both of my top 10 last year. F1 was my number 5 favorite film of last year. It probably won't be F1. I don't think it will be, but in terms of what I want to win, F1. Like, again, I don't think it will win, sadly, but I think I got to go with F1, dude. As much as I love Sinners, you know, I really do love Sinners. I do, but
I think, going back to F1's too much of a dad movie. I think it plays too safe. While Sinners did stuff that not just in like the making of the movie itself, but everything behind the scenes. The fact that you had him in the dual role, the special effects, the storyline, the fact that this is actually a horror movie and also a musical. So, being able to do all that.
Good to see you. Doing good. I think this is my buddy Thomas. Is this you? This might be my buddy Tom. I think. Good to see you, man. But yeah,
buddy Tom Hardy.
Yeah, so funny enough, my friend's name is Tom Hardy, and I'm like, man, that's what a coincidence, man. It's kind of cool. But I I really want F1 to win. Again, like I said, I don't think it'll win. I don't think. Oh no. It's okay. It's Ollie. Okay, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Tom Hardy's brother, not the actor Tom Hardy, um, but F1 though, man, I really hope it does. Again, don't think it will, but that's the thing is like, between F1 and Sinners is the more, I don't know, Oscar worthy looking type film. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. And I think Sinners does have a bigger chance of winning, but over F1. Because F1, while I love F1, while it's a fun film, it doesn't shy away from having the same cliches and tropes that you've seen before. You know what I mean? And like you've seen them before. You've seen this type of movie before. You know who's going to win in the end. You know how the story's going to go. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's fun. At the end of the day, you can go sit on your couch, eat your popcorn, and be like, hey, that wasn't perfect, but I had a dang good time with that movie. You know what I mean? But I really do think Sinners has a bigger chance because, like I said, it is a more Oscar-worthy looking film, if that makes sense, But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see.
So also cover like some of the extraneous things. What did the Oscar nominations mean? First of all, yeah, as you were saying earlier, Sinners got nominated for 16 nominations. Pretty much, it is nominated in almost every single category on here.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, is it? I was like, man, that's wild.
Is the most nominations in Oscars history. The last time, the previous record was 14, and that was tied between All About Eve, La La Land, and Titanic.
So, the Titanic, that's right. I don't know how I forgot about that. Yeah, and then Lord of the Rings, again, I think Lord of the Rings was on there as well, right?
Like 11. Like Return of the King
I was
only
say,
had like 11.
Yeah. Did Titanic, didn't that one have 11 too?
I guess it had 14.
Or 14. Okay, so something around that. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Tied for Titanic is crazy. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. That is a lot.
Some of the snubs on here, I'm pulling from a couple of different websites. So Jesse Plemons for Begonia.
Wait, Jesse Plemons. Yeah, again, I haven't seen Begonia, but Jesse Plemons is awesome. I'm excited to see him in the Hunger Games. I think he's taken over. He's playing
like Snow. Is he playing
what's
president?
Philip Seymour Hoffman's character. I think he's playing him.
Heavensby.
Yeah, which will be that'll be interesting. So I mean, Ray Fiennes is in that too. You got Jesse Plemons and Ray Fiennes in a Hunger Games film, which I'm not even a big Hunger Games fan. I haven't seen all the films. I'm gonna watch them before November. I think I like the original, and the last one was in my opinion. But Ray Fiennes and Jesse Plemons in the same film, dude. Count me in. And after how crazy Ray Fiennes went in 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which I won't give anything away because it's still fresh in theaters. If y'all haven't seen it, go see it. Me and Rob actually went to go see it, and that was a fun theater experience. Like, we were both sitting right next to each other, and we were like, oh, dude. There's, again, not going to say anything. Again, if you haven't seen it, go see it in theaters. The last 20 minutes, there's a scene with a certain song that should not work at all. That should not work, but it worked. It absolutely
worked. Especially because
man.
I don't think neither one of us are a fan of that band at all.
Like me and you.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
not.
I like one song by that band, and it was not the song that was in the movie.
I did put that song on while me and my dad were going to the airport the other morning, but he was like, "Are you listening to?" I'm not going to say this blah blah blah. This artist blah blah blah. This song I'm not going to say who it is if y'all haven't seen it, but yeah. But that scene was wild, dude. That was wild. Yeah.
So I saw this popping up for just the category, it's snubbed for the category of best costume design, but then I realized it was snubbed for everything. Anything it could potentially be nominated for, completely snubbed. And I feel like that's probably pretty good. Wicked for Good.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
Which costume design I feel like is one category I'm like, yeah, I would absolutely 100%
exactly.
nominate
like,
them.
I understand that a lot of people didn't really like Wicked for Good. I like the first one more. I think the first Wicked's way better, in my opinion. But I really liked Wicked for Good. I mean, I get it has its flaws. You know, it's not perfect. The first one's better. It's a better film by a mile. But I'm shocked it didn't get nominated for anything at all. Like, not even a single
thing. My reason why is that Wicked is supposed to be a single, like, you enjoy the entire story in one go. It is a stage production. The first movie was the first half of the stage production. The second half of the stage production is not meant to be its own movie. So they stretched it out. They added a couple of things to build tension in a movie, and it just kind of feels off on the way it was done. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it. Like, I like the stuff from Wicked that they tied in, they wrapped up to the actual Wizard of Oz storyline. I thought they handled it pretty well, but it was just kind of messy feeling, and that's because it was not supposed to be its own movie.
Because it's like a part 1 and part 2, basically, but they're basically the same film. That's like the Spider-Verse films, which, you know, Beyond the Spider-Verse is coming out June of next year, so about a year and a few months. And because, again, like I said, Wicked and Wicked for Good are part 1 and part 2, basically the same in a way, sort of like the Mission Impossible as well. You have a Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning, and then Across and Beyond, they're basically one film, you know, and Across ended on a cliffhanger. And that was 2023, and then Beyond had a release date for March of 2024, but then obviously it got delayed, and now it's like 4 or 5, so like 4 years later, I think, something like that. So I don't know. Obviously, people are going to still be interested in it. You know, I'm looking forward to it, you know, because I'm a obviously Spider-Man fan, and I love both. Those are like both Spider-Verse films are in, as of right now, my top 5 movies of all time. Like, I love those movies so much, dude. But again, that's a story for another time. But
other snubs, you got Paul Mescal for Hamnet. He's one of those. If he's in a movie, he should be getting nominated. And snub. And then Chase Infinity for One Battle After Another. She definitely does. Like, I feel like Chase Infinity deserved that nomination more than Teyana Taylor.
I agree. I think she was a better actress in that movie. They both did great. They both gave great performances. But if I had to choose one, I would say Chase Infinity, because like we were talking about earlier, Teyana Taylor, you know, again, she had a prominent role, but not a huge role. Not really, but Chase Infinity did, you know, and I think she was great in it. So, yeah, I was shocked when I was like, oh, that's right. Chase Infinity didn't get nominated at all. And Warfare, real quick, Warfare. How Warfare didn't get nominated for anything, I'm like, man, come on. Like, Warfare, I loved it. I think Civil War, speaking of like Alex Garland, Civil War is the better film, but Warfare should have got nominated for something. Maybe sound. You know, maybe sound would have been a good one. You know, Joseph Quinn. I don't know if Joseph Quinn would have got nominated, or Will Poulter, but I think in the film, Joseph Quinn gave a better performance than Will Poulter, but at least maybe he could have got nominated. I don't know though, but yeah.
Avatar not getting Best Picture, that's kind of weird. So.
Yeah, I feel like if Avatar got nominated for Best Picture, I feel like a lot of people would kind of be like, oh, why is that getting nominated? You know what I mean? But because I heard I was watching one of Cody Leach's videos the other day, and I think it was it a video like talking about like 2025 movies or something like that? And he was talking about Avatar, and how, what was he saying? I'm trying to remember what he was saying. Like how for the Avatar films, they're visually great, but you don't really go into them with the caring about the story and the characters and all that. You know what I mean? Like everyone goes to the Avatar films to see how visually awesome it is. You don't really go to an Avatar film to see the characters and to sit down and watch a really great character study and you know what I mean? Like you just don't. But but if it got nominated for Best Picture, I would even be like, I liked it personally. I really enjoyed it. But I would be like, yeah, I don't think it deserves to, get nominated for Best Picture. But what are your thoughts on that?
On Avatar getting Best Picture?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just kind of,
I see, like, for me, kind of like what I was saying about the Avatar movies in general. This is the third one now. We are getting into the realm of each one of these movies. It is the Sky People versus the Na'vi in some form. Yeah. Every movie's going to end with Jake fighting Quaritch. That's it. That's all of these movies over and over again. So yeah, I completely understand that. Like, yeah, maybe we don't need to be giving them a nomination this time because it's just a different variation of the last movie, which is kind of a variation of the first movie.
I will say this though. I will say this. Stephen Lang is awesome as Quaritch. He really is. He's a great villain, very menacing, very sinister. He is, but not so much the first one, but mainly the second and third one. I'm like, because he was a villain in all three of them. I'm like, can he just die in the films already? I feel like he just kept coming back over and over, and I'm like, can he just die, man? Because like at the end of the third one, I'm like, we see him fall into the fire thing, and I'm like,
probably still alive, and
is he still alive? Like I'm like, he's, because again, the fourth and fifth one are probably going to be made. I think James Cameron probably already maybe filmed some stuff for those. I don't know, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm like, I guarantee you, Stephen Lang is Quaritch. Again, great villain, great performance. He's going to be the villain in both of those. I guarantee you, man. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, can we just get a new villain? A new villain, please, man. Which we got Varang in the new one, and she was a really good villain. She was, but I just feel like she was overshadowed by Quaritch. You know what I mean? Like I feel like she was menacing as well, Varang, but I feel like she just didn't have much to do. You know what I mean? Like if James Cameron cut down the runtime, if he made it like, I don't know, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 hours and 20, maybe she would have had more screen time, more stuff to do, more things to do, but that's just me personally, but that's just my opinion. But
I'm looking over to see like what other movies came out last year that I really liked that we didn't see anything from. Like no nominations on anything for Wake Up Dead Man, that Knives Out. So nothing for Ryan Johnson there.
I didn't even think about that.
Nothing from Marvel, so no Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Captain America movie, whatever. The Monkey.
Yeah, Wake Up Dead Man. Yeah, that's right.
The Monkey, Good Fortune, Roofman, both excellent movies, scored very high.
Roofman too, that's right. I didn't even think about Roofman. I love Good Fortune. Kind of was disappointed with Roofman.
I liked both of them because of like they were both like feel good movies. So
yeah, Roofman was great. I loved Roofman. The thing with Good Fortune is when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, I have to go see this now. And I was kind of let down by it. I saw it.
I loved it.
I think it was early screening. Sean was there. I didn't get the chance to say hey to him at that time, but the audience that was with all of us, everyone, like there were some funny moments in it. And I don't remember what Sean thought about it. I think he liked it or something like that. But I was sitting there and I'm like, hey, there's some funny moments in this movie. There's some legit funny moments. And I think the chemistry between Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves, and Aziz Ansari, their chemistry, like them as a trio, was really good. And even the chemistry between Aziz Ansari and Keke Palmer was really good. And again, there's some funny moments in there. There's some really great funny moments. But I'm sitting there and the audience I was with, everyone was loving it. They were laughing at almost every single thing throughout the entirety of the film, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, I wish I could be laughing at every single joke with everybody, like, but I just, some of the humor works, some of it doesn't. But Roofman, I loved Roofman.
I feel like the humor thing, that was with me with Naked Gun. Like, everyone was like, this movie's hilarious. I was like, there's a couple of good chuckles, but like,
so you're kind of in the minority on Naked Gun a little bit, sort of. Okay.
It was enjoyable. It was a good movie, but
it was good. Yeah. Naked Gun was hysterical, man. I will say this though. Did you see Anaconda?
No. Not the new one.
Dude.
I saw the original.
The new one's freaking hysterical. It's hysterical. Yeah. I honestly, personally, in my opinion, I think it's funnier than the Naked Gun. That's just me. The Naked Gun was great, but
I think Liam Neeson's cameo in Ted 2 is funnier than anything he does.
Tricks, the box of tricks or whatever.
Yes, that whole bit about I've been led to believe that tricks are exclusively for children. That whole bit is funnier than anything in the Naked Gun.
Ted's like, nope, you should be good. You should be good. And then apparently there's like a post-credit scene where
there is.
He gets beaten up or something like that.
He returns the box of tricks, and then like he's got a black eye and everything, and he's limping away after putting the tricks back on the shell or whatever. Gosh. It's hilarious.
Ted season 2 is supposed to be coming out 2 months from now. I haven't seen season 1, but I've seen clips, and what I've seen, it's hysterical. It's hysterical, man. Did you ever see the first season of Ted? I think it's on like Peacock or something. I think it's like a prequel to the movies or something like that.
It is.
But but I gotta watch all those. But I think I have like a double feature DVD of the Ted films over there somewhere. I don't know. Oh yeah, right there. But I gotta watch them. I've never actually seen them. But what were we talking about besides Ted?
That was it for as far as like snubs.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about Good Fortune and Roofman. That's what we were talking about. Yeah. Again, Good Fortune. Wanted to like it more than it's one of those things as well where Keanu Reeves is a guardian angel. If you come up to me and I never knew about Good Fortune, I never saw a trailer or anything, and you come up to me and you're like, hey, do you want to go see this movie? They don't even tell me the title. They're like, hey, Keanu Reeves is a guardian angel. I'm there 100%, dude. Like that. Sold. Absolutely. Like that's perfect, man. And I think, Aziz Ansari for his directorial debut crushed it. I think, for this being his first movie that he's directed, really good, really solid start, but Roofman, I think, is definitely the better film. I think Peter Dinklage is hysterical in that movie, man. It's just, oh, dude, I could go on for hours, but yeah, The Long Walk, again, don't know how that didn't get on.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to me. What else, man? We talked about Wicked. You talked about Wake Up Dead Man, The Knives Out. Dude, I am so glad that I was planning on watching that at home, but I actually got a chance to go see it in theaters. Like, I think it was like that Tuesday at the Galaxy Theater or whatever, and I loved it. Not a top 10 film, but I loved it, man. I absolutely loved it.
I do have one thing about Wake Up Dead Man that I feel like should have been. There needs to be a category. They'll never do this. This is just my simple wishing of this. Yeah. I want a category of just one scene, not the whole movie. The whole movie could be like, but if there's just one scene in that movie that, yes, give them an award just because this exists within the confines of the movie. My recommendations on this is like Wolf of Wall Street, the scene with the drugs where the delayed quaaludes. Okay. That whole scene could be its own movie. The beginning of Inglourious Bastards, that whole scene. The opening 20 minutes could be its own movie. Yeah. And then talking about this particular movie, Wake Up Dead Man, the scene of Father Judd on the phone with Louise. Anyone who is if you're even slightly religious, like specifically in this case, like Christianity, that scene hit so
it's a really
hard.
good scene.
And then
really
like
good scene.
we're trying to quickly solve this murder, and then all of a sudden he gets that calling to do his actual job. He is a priest, and here's Louise, a
and it
person
becomes
who,
very, very poignant as well. Because very
it's
poignant.
so good. Like the next thing we
So good.
see is a fast forward in time. He's still sitting there talking to Louise, saying prayers with her and whatnot, and we cut over to Foghorn Leghorn is sitting in the office there. You've got him that he is a devout atheist because he's a detective. Of course he is.
Is
And
that
he
what
doesn't
Chris
believe
Evans says
any
in the
of this.
first movie?
Do what?
That's what Chris Evans says in the first movie, right? The first Knives Out. He's like, that Foghorn Leghorn draw or something like that. Is that where you got that? Got that from? Yeah, I love the first one.
Just that he sounds like Foghorn Leghorn, whether someone said it in the movie or not. I say. He's got that sound to him. But like you see him just sitting at the desk, like sitting there tapping his pencil, because even though he himself is atheist, he understands the importance of what Father Judd is doing in that scene.
Absolutely.
And it's so good. I
the dialogue is one of the best things about that movie. Yeah. Like the script is amazing. Like it's phenomenal in my opinion. And like the line delivery for each line of dialogue from like Josh O'Connor, holy crap, how am I forgetting? Daniel Craig. Like, dude, it's phenomenal. It's great.
So the whole movie, I don't necessarily think that the whole movie
I
is
enjoyed
up
it throughout. Like
Academy.
I think like the ensemble was great. The ensemble, the cast, phenomenal. Kaylee Spaney,
that scene alone.
Yeah. Thomas Hayden Church, who was one of my favorite actors, dude. Thomas Hayden Church is one of the most hysterical actors working. Well, he's not very many things today, but just of all time. Like you watch him in. You ever seen Peanut Butter Falcon? With
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. Thomas Hayden Church doesn't have a big role in that, but when he's in it, crushes it. When he's in We Bought a Zoo, you've seen We Bought a Zoo, right? With Matt Damon. Oh, great film. One of Matt Damon's best roles, in my opinion. Like Thomas Hayden Church is great in that, and I'm someone.
Spider-Man 3 with Thomas Hayden Church, like
I'm someone who thinks that his Sandman's one of the best villains ever, in my opinion. Like you got to think about it deeply too. Like it's an emotional performance too, in a way, sort of. And I think he did a great job, and he looks like Sandman, in my opinion, anyways. But Flint Marko, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. Thomas Hayden Church is great. He was great in Wake Up Dead Man as well. That scene where him and Glenn Close are sitting in the what do you call it? Not the chair, in the church, the pew or whatever. And he has the headphones in, and she just hits it. He just takes it off or something. I thought that was a funny moment. But I'm trying to think of like other movies too that like earlier on last year that just didn't get nominated. I can't think of any. Let me look up some real quick. Let me see. So is it 2025 movies, right? Because I know I'm missing some. I guarantee you I'm missing some. Or we both are, I should say. The Housemaid. I didn't see The Housemaid, but
so going through films with multiple nominations. Sinners, obviously 16. One Battle After Another got 13. So you got Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, and Sentimental Value all had 9. Hamnet had 8. Begonia, F1, Secret Agent, and Train Dreams got 4. And then Avatar, Blue Moon, K-Pop Demon Hunters, It Was Just an Accident, and Surat got 2 each.
Yeah. Here's some right here as well. Jake Kelly, Eternity, Christie, Rental Family. Those ones didn't get nominated at all. The Lost Bus with Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey gave a really great performance in that, as always. America Ferrera, as always, gave a great performance. But the movie itself is just not that interesting, man. It's really not that. There's some good things about it. Again, like their performances, but it's just, it is what it is. Directed by Paul Greengrass. I think. It's directed by him. Yeah. What else is there? The Strangers movies, no.
Good Lord. So, funny thing about The Strangers, again, Fantastic Fest. Strangers Part 2 played at Fantastic Fest. Completely did not care at all. And I saw like all these people that were all eager to like click on it and get the ticket, like, yes, I get to see this. And every single one of them came out of that show and like, yeah, it wasn't that good. I was like, yeah, that's why I didn't waste one of my slots on it.
Yeah. Well, I saw the first one. I saw the first one a few years back. And you know what? I'm kind of in the minority on it. I had some fun with the first one. I kind of had some fun with it. You know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the most part. The second one I was planning on watching, but I didn't end up going to see it because I saw, you know, they premiered it at Fantastic Fest. And I saw 3C Films is added the theater reaction. And he was, you know, him and Cody, Sean was filming. He was holding the camera. And Cody and 3C were right there. And they were just walking out of it. I was
standing behind them.
Dude, Cody was like 3C was like, you know, put the microphone close to Cody, and he was like basically like talking about, you know, how they're not the biggest fans of the first one, and Cody was like, complete waste of time. And I was like, oh man, I was like, oh, he was like basically, I guess, talking about how, you know, how you didn't know it could be worse than the first one, you know, because Cody hates the first one, absolutely hates it, and the third one is coming out next month. I'm not planning on watching it. Again,
don't care.
Nah, we'll see. But yeah, which Cody was saying in one of his videos that apparently he's heard that they're making a fourth one already. And I'm like,
who's making this? Who's giving the money to this?
Rennie Harlan.
Funding it.
Rennie Harlan. Which speaking of him, he's got a new shark movie coming out. I think like Deep Water or something. Like in May or something. And I think I always forget his name. Eckhart, who plays Two-Face in Dark Knight.
Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, he's gonna be in it, which that'll be interesting. So
here's the thing. Rennie Harlan is not a bad director. He's done some good stuff. Like he did Nightmare on Elm Street 4, which is one of the better Nightmare on Elm Street movies. He directed Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger.
Which we're getting a remake of Cliffhanger this year, I think.
He's done good movies.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, he's not Uwe Boll over here.
Yeah. You know what's another movie that I really would have liked to see get nominated for at least something? Caught Stealing.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Caught Stealing with Austin Butler, directed by Darren Aronofsky? Really good. It came out in August. It's got
August.
Did you see the trailer for it? You saw the trailer for it, right? Caught Stealing? Yeah, it was really fun, man. I mean, when you watch it, when you see like the trailer, you're like, yeah, this doesn't look like an Oscar bait film, you know, but I kind of had fun with it. I would have liked to see it at least get nominated for something, you know. But I didn't see it, but I heard good things about it. The Roses with Benedict Cumberbatch and what's her name? Holy crap, I can't think of her name. Olivia Colman, I believe. Did you ever see that? The Roses?
I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, so it's like a comedy that came out, I don't know, in August or September or something like that. What else is there? The Running Man. I like The Running Man, but that's not an Oscar.
Running Man was good. Yeah.
I like The Running Man, dude. It was fun.
Edgar Wright needs to be nominated for stuff as well. That's another director that has his own style.
Yeah.
And I just love to see it.
Yeah.
So funny thing about that is I didn't see too much of his kind of style in The Running Man. And I said that on Twitter, and apparently he found it and made a comment like, well, we can't put all of my stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
Oh, man. That's
the weird thing about like Twitter. You were talking about JT Molnir. Like he is very active on Twitter. He replied to when I was seeing praises of Strange Darling. He would, oh, thank you for all the good words. I was like, well, you deserved it because that was a movie I saw at Fantastic Fest. It was halfway through Fantastic Fest, which about halfway through it, you're getting tired of watching like 4 to 5 movies a day every day.
Right.
So I was
Yeah.
getting tired, slightly getting sick. This was the first movie I was watching that morning, and I was like, I'm just not in the mood for anything heavy or
Right.
complicated. And this was a movie that starts off with chapter 4. I was like, great, we're gonna be a non-linear storytelling movie. Awesome.
Yeah.
And yet I was focused, I was locked in and focused the entire time, and it was an amazing film.
Yeah.
So when
Did
you
you
can
ever
do
see?
that to me, that's great.
Yeah. Did you ever see? It's a Coen Brothers film. I didn't hear. I heard it wasn't very good. The Honey Don't. Did you ever see that?
No, that was a Margaret Qualley as like the
Yeah.
lesbian.
Yeah. I didn't hear
It
really
looked like it was interesting.
good things about it, but yeah, it seems like that would be a And here's one earlier last year that I was really looking forward to. I thought the trailers were really good, and I'm not the only one. I know a lot of other people were disappointed with it, but it seems like it would have at least got nominated for something. But before it came out, before the reviews started rolling in, Mickey 17.
Oh yeah, that looked like it was going to be really good.
I was so disappointed with Mickey 17, man.
Bong Joon-ho does not miss.
Like, you saw? What'd you think of Mickey 17?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's
the beginning of the year. I was dealing with a lot of mental stuff, so a lot of those earlier movies last year.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, I was disappointed with. I don't know. Did you see that Springsteen?
So
with the
the beginning of the year I wasn't able to, and then like August to September I wasn't able to get to because of Fantastic Fest. So
okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah,
that's why I wasn't able to see Smashing Machine or that Springsteen movie.
Yeah. Let's see. DeVille. Good to see you. Mickey 17 hurt my heart. Well, I'll say this: it hurt my head. It hurt my head watching it. Like, it hurt your heart. It hurt my head watching it because I went to go see it. You know where the Stonehill Cinemark is, right? In Pflugerville.
I know
it's over there.
The big one off I-35.
So that might be the Tinseltown one. So I grew up in Hutto. I don't know if I ever told you about that. Did I ever tell you about that? I grew up in Hutto.
Yeah. So I know that one as Tinseltown.
Yeah. So Stonehill, Pflugerville is like 10 minutes from Hutto. And I went to go see Mickey 17 there. And that was the Friday before I headed over to South by Southwest. And that Mickey 17, man, I was like the only, maybe there was like one or two more in the theater, but one or two more people in the theater. But that movie hurt my head, dude. Like hold on one second. Let's see. But yeah, anyways, like, what were you saying? Go ahead.
I want to watch it, but just haven't gotten to it yet. And now with the Oscars out, now I'm focused on.
Yeah.
I'm focused on all the Oscar nominations that aren't available to stream yet.
Yeah. Right. Like, I was looking forward to Mickey 17, but my day was better because I got to see Together at South by Southwest that Friday or Saturday. Well, Friday night, Saturday morning, 2 a.m., 1 a.m., whatever you want to call it. And Together was so good, man. I was in, it's funny because I was in the Paramount Theater. I was on the upper deck. Sean and Cody were down below, and 3C Films was there. But I didn't know that till Saturday. I was like, I was in the same room as 3C Films, man. I was so disappointed about that. But hopefully 3C comes to Fantastic, because did he go to Fantastic Fest in September? He did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I know he goes regularly.
I talked to him a couple of times.
Yeah.
The year he was there last year and the year before. The year before he was also there with Flickinger.
Right. I'm hoping Flickinger comes back to Fantastic Fest. I don't know if he will, but
probably not.
Yeah, it would be so cool though, man, because I've been a fan of his for years, man. And Austin Burke, he hopefully he goes, because I know he's got a kid and he's got another kid on the way as well. So I know he's very, very, very busy, which I totally get. But been a big fan of his for years as well. And, we're friends on Facebook and Twitter, which is really, really cool as well. And yeah, it's just, hopefully I get to go to Fantastic Fest this year. I'm planning on South by.
So much fun.
I don't know if South by is going to work. I mean, if again, I when I had that interview for this videographer job, which I told you about that, right? Did I tell you about that? Like the videographer job, like the dealership, the car dealership. When I had the interview, I was told that I should know by the end of the month, which the end of the month is next week, So, I mean, obviously I'm staying humble about it. I'm trying to stay humble, but I think it went good, So hopefully it goes good. And if it does work out, I mean, I should maybe have enough money to get a South by Southwest pass. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm praying about it. So hopefully that works out. But I don't know if there's any other films that we need to talk about or cover. I think we've covered all of them, right? I think we talked about Christie, Song Sung Blue, Wicked. Good Boy. Well, that's not really an Oscar. I heard that was good, but that's not really an Oscar type film, But yeah. But yeah, again, I don't know what else you want to talk about, man. If there's any more movies.
Likely, I know we're gonna probably every year we usually live stream during the Oscars, doing like our reaction.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu this year, so it should be really easy to watch. And
yeah.
So probably gonna do that again this year. Oscars are on March 15th.
And I'm planning a live stream for that as well. So yeah, I'm planning a live stream for that as well. So yeah, that'll be fun.
But that's it.
Something else I was gonna say. It has something to do with the Oscars, I think. I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought, but I don't remember. I'm tired and I need to go eat. So, but that's what I was gonna say, Robert. Before you, I don't know if anybody says. Nobody's in here, 0 people. But if you want to tell people where they can find you, like what social medias and your channel and all that, you're more than welcome to.
So you can follow me on, my channel is Cinefanatic, so youtube.com/Cinefanatics with me and my brother. You can follow us at the Cinefanatics on social media, so TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Don't really do too much on Instagram, actually. Facebook, yada, yada, yada. All the social media places. You can follow me personally at RCA Reacts on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Letterboxd is where I do most of my needing to add.
And you're almost to 3K. You're at like 2.99K, right?
On YouTube, yes.
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah. So y'all, one person just joined. Y'all get Robert and Chris, because they're on Cinefanatics both. Y'all get them to 3K. They're at 2.99K right now. And for this channel, again, you can find me on, same things, Twitter, Letterboxd, Facebook, Instagram, all those things. And right now we're sitting at 1.27K. We're like 2 away from 1.28 and then almost to 1.3K. So we're growing right now. So yeah, y'all again, subscribe to Cinefanatics, subscribe to this channel. And Robert, I appreciate you joining, man. This was a lot of fun. Again, I talk about how I've been watching like Sean and Cody and 3C, Austin Berg, all their channels for years. I've been, watching yours for a while as well. And Jones Vibes, like I found out about y'all maybe about a year, almost 2 years ago through Sean and all that, through the advanced screenings. And it's just Mark's show as well, Daniel Marks. And it's just cool to be, it's very surreal to like finally know y'all in person. And it's just, it's wild, man. It's wild. So, but yeah, again, appreciate you joining. And we'll definitely have to do this again. Maybe we can get Sean and Cody if they wanted to join, if they're not busy, which I know with South by coming up and all of that type of stuff, it's pretty busy time. And, Overlook Film Festivals happen in April. I know they go to that sometimes, Cody and Sean. So I know they'll probably head over there in April. That's just my guess. So I know they're probably busy. So, but yeah, again, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and I'll go ahead and end the stream here if that's cool with y'all. Is that cool? Unless you want to talk more about, no? All right.
Oh,
Well, guys, that's it. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Yeah, thank y'all for joining. And again, subscribe to both of our channels. Rob, I'll talk to you later, bud. Thanks for joining.
Yep.
Bye-bye.